Hello, I thought I'd bring you a short tutorial on how to cut our matte and gloss vinyl using the Cricut Joy. Okay, I've typed the word out. We've got quite a fine font here. I've then put a border around the entire design, and then I've put some weeding lines in. Now, the idea of this is when you come to weed your cut design, you've only got to weed within that square area. You're not trying to pull all the vinyl away in the entire bit. This will make your weeding a lot quicker. Now, those lines, you'll find them in your shapes. There'll be a line tool there, and you can put those lines on. So do that, and you'll find your end cut a lot easier to weed. Okay, now we're going to go to do this. So what I'm doing, so the mat doesn't separate when I send it to cut, so everything stays where it needs to be and doesn't float about on different mats. We've just got the select tool. We're going to do a right click with your mouse and click on attach. So that means when you go to send it to cut, that is what you'll see on your mats. If you're seeing the square on mat 2 or the cut lines on mat 2 or the cut lines not where they should be, sort of outside the square, that's because you've forgotten to do that attach. Okay, so then we're going to go to make it. Click on make it. And that's now sorting that. Now, we are using non-Cricut vinyl, so we need to be using the matte. Without the matte is only for the smart Cricut Smart Vinyl. So we're going to click on the matte and then click on done. Okay, and then we can see that's lovely. That is exactly how that should be looking sitting on your mat. Okay, so then we're going to go to continue. It's now connecting the Joy. Okay, now what I'm going to do is get you to create a new cut setting. This might be easier than you trying to find different settings all the time. You can just go to your browse all materials and your setting will be in there. Okay, so you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Okay, oops, keep going. And then if you look here, you've got material settings, so we're going to click on that, and then we're going to scroll down again. Excuse that, that's my cat meowing. She's got a little pretend toy mouse which she thinks is her baby. Right, we're going to go to add new material. Okay, and then we're going to call that matte, M-A-T-T. Okay, and then we're going to save that setting. Focus there a little bit. I'm going to click on save. That has now saved it. All right, now what we want to do, because it's automatically done this cut setting depth of 175. Okay, now that is far too deep to be cutting the gloss and matte with. It's going to tear, it's going to rip, it's not going to cut very well. So what you need to do is drag this little circle down, drag it down the scale until you reach 126. Okay, once you've reached the 126, click on save, and that has saved your matte setting at 126 for you. If you're needing to there, you shouldn't need to, but you can edit the amount of cuts you want to do in fine point blades, but that shouldn't be essential. Okay, so then when you then go back into your custom lists, all right, if I click on done on that. Right, now we're going to go to browse all materials again. Okay, and as we scroll down that list, we're going to see my materials, and that is where that matte setting is. So we're going to click on that, so that green tick appears, and then we're going to go across and click on done. Okay, so that's how we've actually created a new cut setting for the mat. The gloss will be exactly the same, that 126. So just create yourself 2 custom settings. You can do it with all the vinyl, you know, the gemstone, the HTV. Just create your own cut settings, because the ones that Cricut have set into the machine is really geared to their vinyl. Could be completely different manufacturer, different thickness. So create your own settings and get in the habit of doing a test cut, a tiny little square, tiny little circle in the corner before you start to do the full design that you're wanting to cut. That's going to save you a lot of wasted vinyl, and you'll get your settings right as well. So get in the habit of doing that. If you want less pressure, that is where you're going to do more default or less. If you find that was cut a little bit deep, change that to less. If you find it needs, your blade's been used a bit and it's a little bit blunt now, then you want to put a little bit more pressure on it. That's where you're going to be changing it. Okay, so we're going to load there's your vinyl. Make sure it's on the mat. If your mat is getting a bit used and starting to lose some of its stick, get your brayer and really brayer on so it's nice and stuck to your mat. My mat's quite new now, so that's actually nice and sticky. So do that, and then we're going to feed that in. That's going in, and that's now saying it's all loading on the screen. Then we're going to click go. That's now preparing on the screen, and that's now start to cut. That's now cut the square. Now it's cutting some of the wording. Not as quick as your makers and your Explorers, but it's a much smaller machine, just doesn't have the power. It gets there, it will get there. These are handy little machines if you do craft fairs and things, because you can have this out on the table. It's not going to take much room up. It operates with your Bluetooth on the phone. You don't need to take a laptop with you, so you can sit there at craft fairs, personalise mugs, cups, with your self-adhesive. If you've got a small easy press, you can sort of personalise any baby bibs and baby t-shirts, clothing. You can do all this on here. Your maximum cut height is 4.5 inches, so anything under that is you're fine. So then we'll just click on unload, and that means we can then take the mat out. So I'll take the mat out, and then I'm just going to quickly show you how that's actually weeding. I'm going to try and do this single-handedly because I couldn't get the camera stand. So, but these are the GM Crafts weeding tweezers. Highly recommend these. These are absolutely excellent. Much better and easier to use than a hook, especially if you've got some small intricate stuff. So I'm now going to get hold of that for you. I'm trying to do this single-handedly, but so you can see, because I've put that cut line in, it's awkward trying to do this with a single hand. It is there. So let's peel that off. There we are. That's coming off a treat. Trying to hold it and do it with one hand is a bit tricky. Look at there. You can see how that cut setting is perfect. It's all coming away lovely. Nearly there. Oops. And with these tweezers, you can even get in there and get those little bits out. Okay, that's that one done. And I've got this last bit here. So, and then that's come out. So that's weeded a treat. Don't always recommend weeding quite this fine, although the machine can do it. The thinner and finer your stuff is, the less of an adhesive area you've got. So when you then start to try sticking things like this on your mugs, your water bottles, if you're not leaving much of an area, you may find it's not going to stick very well. It may come off in the wash. So if that happens, then you need to be changing your font or doing a bit of an offset in the software program to actually make that a bit thicker. So I hope that all helps you. I know there's apparently been a few that have struggled to cut the vinyl. The vinyl's absolutely fine. The machine, if you've not used a cut machine before, it's a learning curve. The software's a learning curve. You've got to get to know the machine, and you know, keep practicing, and you'll get there. Enjoy the joy. Thank you. Bye bye.